Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today, hit up a flea market, so let's take a look at everything I got. First up are the VHS tapes I picked up, all for 50 cents a piece, and the first one I grabbed was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles April Foolish. Now I do have the entire Turtles series on DVD, but I really wanted to pick up these VHS releases because these here are from the Burger King Kids Club releases. There were 4 of these, and I now have all 4. This is the last one I needed. I actually remember buying these when I was a kid. I do believe you had to purchase these separately. They didn't come in Happy Meals. I think it was one of those things where you got maybe a Ninja Turtle toy with the Happy Meal, and then for $5 or something like that, you could purchase these tapes along with it. I remember my aunt buying me all these, so I used to have all 4, and I really want to get these for the collection. Like I said, I now have all 4, and that is awesome. The next title I grabbed, and this I was really excited to pick up, and that was Rescue Me, which is a Canon Pictures film. And as I've said many times before, I absolutely love Canon Pictures. They are my all-time favorite film studio, and this is what I've been looking for a while now. I hear it's pretty cheesy, but of course, that is right up my alley, so I cannot wait to check this one out. Then I grabbed Rockin' with Judy Jetson. This is pretty cool as well. I'm a huge Hanna-Barbera fan, love the Jetsons, definitely something I want to grab. This was just recently released to DVD-R through Warner Brothers mod program, but as I said many times, I'm not a huge fan of those mod programs, mainly because of the pricing. If it ever drops to a decent price, I'll probably pick it up on DVD-R, but for now, very happy to have it on VHS. Then I picked up, absolutely fabulous, The Last Stand. Now this year's a blind buy. I've actually never seen this special. This is a 2-part special from 1996. Haven't seen it. And I am somewhat of a newcomer to Ab Fab. I remember seeing some of the episodes when it used to air on Comedy Central back in the day, but I really never got into the series. I haven't seen a lot of it, only a few select episodes, so again, I am a newcomer to Ab Fab, but I remember really enjoying what I saw, and I have seen a few bits and pieces of some of their episodes here and there throughout the years, and I really enjoyed what I've seen, so I really wanted to start getting back into Ab Fab. So for 50 cents, I had to pick this one up. And the last VHS I picked up was Revenge of the Stepford Wives. This, believe it or not, is the first out of 3 sequels to the Stepford Wives movie. Yeah, that is just as ridiculous as it sounds. Now, is this going to be any good? Probably not, but as I said many times before, I am a completist. Have to have every movie within a series, so had to grab it. As far as looking forward to checking this one out, not so sure. I will see it eventually. I'll get around to probably just watching Stepford Wives and this one back to back, but I'm not really expecting too much. Now onto the DVDs I picked up, and I grabbed all 3 of these for a total of $5, and the first one I grabbed was Bringing Out the Dead. This I'm picking up simply to replace my VHS copy. Haven't watched it yet, but I do definitely look forward to checking this one out. It is a Nicolas Cage movie. Love Nick Cage movies. Will it be any good? I have no idea, but certainly look forward to checking it out nevertheless. The next title I grabbed here was The Clan of the Cave Bear. Now, this was a movie I've been skipping over for a while now, but just recently in one of my Let's Go Shopping videos, I came across this, said I had no idea what it was, and one of you guys, and I can't remember who it was, so I do apologize, but one of you guys told me that I should pick this up and check it out. So I figured, what the hell, I'd grab today, see what it is all about. Hopefully it's good. I hope I didn't waste my money, but regardless, I look forward to watching it. And the last title I grabbed was Drop Dead Gorgeous, which is a movie I've actually owned for years now on DVD. However, my DVD was actually in good shape, but the casing for my DVD was horrible. I bought it used, and like I said, even though the disc was in perfect shape, looked like it had never been touched, apparently the case was sent through a hurricane or something. The case was just completely destroyed. So figured basically for $1, I'd pick it up and replace my pretty shitty case. Now on to what I personally feel are the gems of today, and that was a boatload of UMD movies. Love adding these to the collection. I came across a few of these on a table, asked the guy how much he wanted for them. He said $2 a piece. I asked if he would do 3 for $5. He said sure, so I did end up picking up 3 off the table. Started to walk away, and he said, wait, hold on, I have more over here. Turned around, he had a boatload more on one of his tables. So I ended up, of course, getting more. Ended up paying a total of $20 for everything here, which I figured was a great deal. That does come out to a little bit under $1 a piece. And the first 3 titles I grabbed here were The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, and Mirror Mask, which is more or less the Jim Henson fantasy trilogy, I guess as they're calling it nowadays. These are three great movies. Obviously, Labyrinth and Dark Crystal are fantastic. I think we all know that. Not a lot of people I talk to, though, have seen Mirror Mask, and it is a really, really good movie. A little bit different of a feel than Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, but still a great movie nevertheless, and I would highly recommend everybody checking it out. So I was really happy to get this trilogy on UMD. Next I picked up Layer Cake, another fantastic film. Love this one. Although I always hated... weird little trend that was going on at the time of putting numbers in titles. I always hated that. It looks like L4 wire cake. Stupid. I really just always disliked that. But regardless, this is a great movie. It always had that great kind of Guy Ritchie sort of gangster film kind of feeling to it. And from what I gathered after doing a little bit of research when this came out, is apparently this movie was actually written for Guy Ritchie, but he apparently turned it down to do that horrible piece of shit movie with Madonna. Ridiculous, but nevertheless, this is a great film, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. If you like Guy Ritchie films, this is one to see. Then I grabbed The Big Hit. This is one of the only movies I picked up today on UMD that I did not have in any other format within my collection. I've never seen this movie, but it is a movie I've been thinking about checking out for a while now. Do come across this one on DVD a lot. Always think, do I want to get it? Nah, always put it down, pick up something else. So today, figured I would definitely get it, and I really look forward to checking this one out. Then I grabbed 28 Days Later, a classic. Love this movie. Great bio-zombie film. Fantastic. If you love horror movies, if you like zombie movies, it is one to see. Then I picked up The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. A lot of people seem to dislike this movie. I personally love it. It's a lot of cheese, but it's a great, just cheesy action movie. It's a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of this movie, actually. I really do enjoy this, so definitely had to grab myself a UMD copy. Then, of course, I had to pick up Mad Max. I think we all know this one's a classic, brilliant, brilliant movie. I just absolutely love it. Mel Gibson is fantastic in it, so definitely something I wanted to grab. Then I picked up the director's cut of Hellboy. Another great film. Really do enjoy this one as well. You know, a movie that I really need to watch more. I've only ever seen this movie maybe like once or twice, but I really need to sit down and watch this and the sequel back-to-back again sometime. It has been a while since I checked them out, so maybe now that I have them in UMD, I'll sit down and watch it. Then I grabbed Hostel. I do really enjoy this movie. For the time, it was really kind of maybe groundbreaking. I mean, this and Saw came out around the same time, and you know, it was just this kind of new thing of making really, really, really over-the-top, gory movies. Just movies that just really made you cringe just from watching people get hurt. A lot of people call these, you know, like just torture films, and yeah, more or less, they are just torture movies. Probably really close to being snuff films in a way, but really did enjoy it, and again, it's another one I haven't watched in a while, so gonna have to check this one out. Then I grabbed the classic Escape from New York, another great movie. Love Snake in this. It's just such a great, great film. And another one I haven't watched in a little while, so gonna have to check it out, but again, a brilliant movie. Definitely recommend that one. And finally, I picked up When a Stranger Calls, the remake, not the original. I actually did enjoy this movie. Maybe not as much as the original, but I did think it was pretty good, and when it comes to buying horror on UMD, I'll definitely pick them up, so I really wanted to grab it. Only downfall of this, though, the case, the plastic here was kind of ripping off. It was destroyed. You probably can't see it in the video, but I ended up having to like tape it back together. It's horrible. So if any of you out there want to be my brand new friend, and you have an extra UMD case laying around, let me know. I would definitely take it off your hands. So that's it for what I bought today. So now onto what I watched. And today I checked out Buster and Chauncey's Silent Night. Now this is a movie I've been wanting to watch for a while now. Picked this one up maybe about 2 or so years ago on VHS. And this summer I replaced my VHS copy with this DVD copy. So I knew that this winter I would definitely be checking this one out. And this movie tends to get a lot of negative reviews. I did read a lot of negative reviews on this movie, so I wasn't quite sure how I was going to take it, if I was going to enjoy this movie, what I was going to think of it. And in the end, I actually somewhat enjoyed it. I understand why this movie gets so many negative reviews, though. It definitely has that 90s straight-to-video kind of feeling, because that's what this is. It's a straight-to-video release from the 90s. The animation's not that good, the music's not that good, the story's not that good. It is very mediocre. Definitely kind of has a feeling of maybe a Disney sequel, just not all that great. But in a way, that was kind of why I enjoyed this movie. I kind of liked that feeling. I once stuck my nose up at those movies, the straight-to-video 90s releases. I used to kind of think, these just aren't that good. I really don't like them. I was really only picking them up for completist reasons, but now when I watch them, they sort of have this kind of nostalgic feeling to me. I kind of actually enjoy them now. I guess since I grew up with them, now they definitely have a nostalgic feeling, and I tend to enjoy them more. So I was actually finding myself enjoying this movie, even though it wasn't all that good. Some more effort definitely could have been put into this to make it a better movie, but all in all, not too shabby. Though it's not going to be for everybody. Really, you're only going to enjoy this movie if you tend to like those straight-to-video releases. If you really don't like them, then you're really not going to like this one. But I really enjoyed it even though, and the story was okay. Really basic though. It's a story about a church. They're putting on a Christmas, I guess a Christmas sermon. The Queen is coming to it and they're getting all excited. They gotta fix the place up, make it look nice. They're putting this play on. It's going to be this big, huge thing this church is trying to put together to impress the Queen. And these two bad guys weasel their way in, and they end up stealing these artifacts. Well, they're actually replicas of artifacts, apparently gifts that the wise men gave, I guess, to Mary or something like that. They steal these replicas that are actually made of real gold and jewel encrusted. They steal them and blame, and they actually this little orphan girl ends up getting blamed for it. They kind of make it look like she was the one who stole them, so she gets blamed, and it's this big, huge mess. But in the end, of course, everything works out. And there's also this side story of how the song Silent Night was created. Apparently, it was kind of created by these two mice, Buster and Chauncey, at least that music was, and then the actual words were created by the minister of the church. And it's kind of goofy, but at the end of the movie, it says that it's based off this true story of how the song was created, which after watching this, you kind of go, well, I don't know how much of it would have been based off that. I mean, maybe some very, very little bit was actually based off the true story, but I can't imagine much of it. But it was enjoyable. I liked it. I thought it was okay. I can't recommend it to everybody, but I would say if you're, a fan of straight-to-video releases, if you don't mind them, if they're okay, and you like Christmas specials, it's worth checking out. One of my downfalls with this wasn't even the movie, though. It was the actual cover art here. On the front it says, featuring the voices of Phil Hartman, Marie Osmond, and Tom Arnold. Definitely the big names of the movie to just your average consumer, but this actually features the voice of Jim Cummings. He actually plays the voice of Buster in this, which for me is a selling point. I really wish his name would have been on here. It's not on the front, he doesn't get any billing on the back at all. Definitely a shame. For those of you who are into animation, you know who Jim Cummings is. He's a great voice actor, has done fantastic voices for some of the greatest animated characters out there. He is fantastic, and as soon as I heard his voice in this movie, I was already kind of getting into it because I just love him in everything I've ever seen him in. So, really wish he would have gotten some billing on here. Definitely a shame he didn't. Again, I understand why they put those stars on here to kind of draw people in. Somebody's going to go, oh, look who's in this. I might want to pick this up. Most people aren't going to know who Jim Cummings is, which is, again, a shame, but should have got billing on here. So all in all, I would say it is mediocre. I'm not going to lie. It is a very mediocre film. It's not all that great, but it definitely has some nostalgic charm to it, and even though I can't recommend it to everybody, I would again say if you're into Christmas specials or you just have a thing for straight-to-video nice releases, it is worth checking out. So that's it for what I bought and what I watched today. Definitely got some great titles from the flea market. Definitely looking forward to checking those out, and I love adding all those UMD movies to my collection. And also watching Buster and Chauncey Silent Night. Again, mediocre. It is just a straight-to-video release, so it's not all that good. Could have been much better, but in the end, has a kind of a great nostalgic sort of charm to it, and it was an okay Christmas special. So I can't recommend it to everybody, but if it sounds like it might be something that interests you, I'd recommend checking it out. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya. And finally, the last tale I grabbed was Revenge of the Stepford Wives. '90s straight-to-video release feeling. The music's not all that good. Hello?